Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the RRTG, otherwise known as the Random Road to Glory, the series where we compete while not only spending 0 FIFA points, but also using no players from the top 9 nations or top 5 leagues. Last time out, well, it was a monumental episode where we not only qualified for this team's first FUT Champs, but also happened to stumble across not just the greatest evolution, but the greatest card to ever grace this game we call Ultimate Team. There is one major issue, however. It is 100k. A bargain, considering what you get in return, an upgraded King Carl, but nonetheless, 100k that we do not have. Hopefully, after this weekend though, that won't be an issue. Before we kick that off, however, I've been doing some tinkering. You see, while I think our team quality-wise has improved exponentially the last few episodes, chemistry, yeah, it's proven a bit of an issue. Namely, the big boy up top, Brout, guys on literal life support. Now, he's not going anywhere. Bloke's a fan favourite, cult hero even. But I think until I'm able to bring in the players I need, complete the evolutions that need to be completed, he can just ride the bench for a little bit. In his place, well, that's where things get a little bit interesting. You see, there's a fair few striker evolutions knocking about. Weak foot training, skill move training, team of the year striker prospect. So instead of scattering those across the board, I thought, let's start ourselves a project. Let's bring in our own personal diamond in the rough. Chain a few evos together and end up with a little gem at the other end. There's nothing little about the man we ended up choosing though. It took me a while to settle on someone, but I think we got ourselves a winner. Another Norwegian, 6'2" out the Swedish league. Say hello to Ohai, ladies and gentlemen. He does have a last name, of which I will not be attempting, so Ohai will do for the time being. However, won't be long till we're referring to him as the Bagsman with the number of goals he'll be knocking in. I got a lot of faith in this man, especially once we're done upgrading him. He'll have power header plus essentially all the shooting play styles, 5-star weak foot, and as always a lovely little stat boost. We got a long way to go till we get to that stage though, so before we chuck him in the deep end, that is weekend league, thought I'd dabble in some rivals to get him up to speed. Here we go again then, game 1, and it was time to see what the big man was all about. 5 minutes in though, and it's Sergey to let us know that's still my title, lads. Some players might have a cannon of a boot. This fella's got a cannon of a forehead. Slams that one in to give us the lead. Took us a while to get our second, but was more than worth the wait. It's Auschnes to feed the ball round to his countryman on the edge of the area. And oh, the boy can hit him. Looks like we've got a bit of a player on our hands here, chaps. What a way to open up your account for the gents. At this point, the floodgates started to open. It's more likely I'm going to see pigs flying than this bloke missing out. It's Hernandez to give us a third just before the half. Second 45, and from one icon to another, it's Jenko to put his name in the hat from 12 yards before it's that man again. Ohai showing us is not just a big frame. A set of twinkle toes come bundled in with this package, leaves the defender stranded with a drop of the shoulder. And talk about cool, calm and collected, slots this one in to bag his brace. 2 weren't quite enough for this fella though. It's the match ball he wanted, it's the match ball he got with this final effort. Slots it in on the first to take our tally to 6. And it's the debut debuts for the big man. Game 2, and talk about setting a standard. I'm not going to lie, expectations on Ohai were high after that first outing. It's our other Norwegian to open up proceedings in this one though. Tidy little effort from Auschnes to kick us off before it's Mr. Inevitable, the Mexican magician Hernandez to double our lead. I'm running out of adjectives to describe this guy. It'd be quicker just to go through the things he can't do from the list of things he can. Pass, shoot, volley, it don't matter. Speaking of volley, it's Sergey to hit a bit of a peachy one here to give us a third. And that was enough for this bloke. Called it quits soon after to give us another win moving into game 3. And despite being kept a little quiet in the last one, didn't take him long to get back amongst the goals here. It's Ohai again to bag in the opening few minutes. There's not many combinations better than this man's finesse shot in the bottom right corner. It's like fish and chips, mac and cheese. One don't exist without the other. It's not all he's got in the locker though. Are those total 90s or a set of dancing shoes? Because it's the big man to waltz through his back line. And we've seen this finish before. 2-0. And that is all she wrote. A cracking start to the day from the lads. Ohai getting himself a well-earned boost. Not stopping there though. Straight into the week for upgrade for you, son. With that though, I think we might be ready. I think it might be time to finally take the plunge. See what we're really about at the highest level. I'm not sure what to expect. To be honest, I think the aim should be around 9 to 10 wins. You know, start humble, see how far we can get. Regardless, as long as we can walk away from it all with 100k, we're calling it mission success. This is how we're lining up going into game 1. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I don't see why we should delay it any longer. Let's get started. So, here we are. All the squad battles, all the SBCs, all the rivals culminating in this moment right here. And well, couldn't have asked for a much better start. Commentators are still reading out the team sheet by the time we'd gone one up, and the goal scorer, Well, it was only ever going to be one man. Big games call for big players, and there's no one larger than Luis Hernandez. Gets the cutback from Larsson, and you bet your house on him putting that one away. 1-0, and we are off to a flyer. Don't start popping the flares just yet though, lads. It's not long after it's Griezmann has cut celebration short with this finesse shot. I weren't too concerned though, given he was defending like this. Back four must have remembered they'd parked on a double yellow. You're meant to be running the other way, gents. Leaves Ohio wide open for the easy tap in. Not long after that, and is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's our flying Norwegian to pile drive this one in. I do love a pretty goal, but there's nothing quite like a towering header at the back stick to get the boys going. 3-1, managed to get ourselves a bit of a cushion, and boy did we need it, as if what can only be described as a total collapse before the after throw it all away. It's hard enough playing against 11 men, let alone 12. Don't know what the ref seen in that one. Regardless, it's Depay to send our GK the wrong way before bagging himself the equaliser just before the whistle. Second 45, we managed to slow the bleeding coming out, but we're struggling to get much going on the other end. Took the better part of half an hour before we managed our first shot. But this man, he only needs the one. It's Larsson to break the offside trap, nothing but daylight ahead of him. Manages to keep his cool though, squares it to Luis, who puts us a goal to the good. Weren't just happy with the one though. The way this game was going, we needed that second to put it to bed. Fortunately, it's Sergei to sing us a lullaby. Not a very pretty one, but it does what it needs to do. Back of the net, 5-3. And in our first Champs game, it's job done. Game 2, and we were up against Lone FC in this one. Decent squad across the board. Couple team of the years at the back. You can have team of the decade though, son. There's no stopping this man when he's in the mood. It's Milinkovic-Savic to pick up right where he left off. Tucks this one past the keeper to give us the early lead. Problem is, we're struggling to hold on to them. It's hero turned villain. A man once revered in these parts, Johan Cruyff, to draw him level. I can't lie, that one did sting a little. Fortunately, there's one icon that will never hurt us. Second half, and it's our marvellous Mexican Luis Hernandez to give us back the advantage. Again though, it's a tale as old as time with us throwing it all away. Not long after, it's Sarah Healy caught faffing about of it at the back. Can't be doing that in a game like this, son. It's an embarrassing goal to give away. In the end, though, it wasn't to matter. It's a quick 1-2 punch. The first from Perez, the second from Kakato to put this one well and truly out of reach. 4-2 was the final score. And looking at this next squad, it didn't seem like things were going to get much better for us either. We've seen that on a couple times now, never ends well. Fortunately, down the other end of the pitch, we had something as good, if not better, as it's the big Norwegian Ohio to put us 1-0 up. Now that usually spells disaster for us, but not this time. Still less than 10 minutes in, it's Nesta who failed to clear his lines. Puts it on a plate for Hernandez, who says thank you very much. 2-0. He weren't done there though. Not long later, it's role reversal, usually on the other end of the cross. Ohio says don't worry, I've got a delivery in me too. Tease it up for Hernandez to bag his brace. And now have a look at this for a ball from Sergei. Parts him like the Red Sea to send Luis through. And go on as your bottle, son. Sit him down. A hat-trick from the Mexican to secure our second win of the weekend. Game 4 of these highlights, and it's our nemesis to rear his ugly head for another episode. He's got Mbappe at 9. Only took him about 9 minutes to score 2. Roulettes it round Sarahili to put us a goal down. This guy was decent, to be fair to him. So you know what we had to do with it. It's not rocket science at this point. Whack it back, stick to the big men. It's Sergei to knock it down, leaving Luis the easy finish to draw us level. He weren't the only forward in the mood though. It's a trademark strike from the Norwegian to give us our first lead of the game. Up top we were warm. We were firing. This game was going to be won and lost at the back. And right now, it's looking more like the latter. It's Mbappe yet again to find some space in the area and get his second of the day. Second 45, we managed to batten down the hatches for a fair while, but in the end, he just had too much quality. It's Mr. Best to break the deadlock. A goal down, we weren't managing to create anything going forward. So to try and salvage something, I put us on ultra attacking. And yeah, probably not the best decision. He ran riot after that, finished 6-2 in the end. So, 2 wins and 2 losses going into this final one. A make or break game to see if we could really kick on or not. Again, they don't make it easy for you, do they? A belter of a team in our way. Credit where credit was due though. A flyer of a start from the lads. It's a well worked down that right hand side to give Ohi the easy tap in to make it 1-0. I'll give you one guess as to what happens next though. It's almost like we're doing it on purpose at this point. The first from Joe Cole, the second from Eusebio, and life comes at you bloody fast, don't it? 2-1 down in this one. Sergei did manage to get us back in it with this effort. Great hold up play in the air from Larsson before he's finished off by the big Serb. But it's clockwork at this point, and that alarm, yeah, it's ringing. Eusebio to get himself a brace and put us back behind. I felt like giving up at this point. And once Jenko missed this penalty, I just accepted it. It clearly weren't our day. It wasn't meant to be. Unfortunately, I managed to get to the half-hour mark still in touching distance, but I knew I had to make a change. We couldn't do another 45 like that. So I had to do it. I had to pull the trigger. I know you've been bench sprout, I know. But I need one last favour from you. Second 45 and the response, well, it was immediate. It's Jenko to slip Milinkovic-Savic through, who is quietly becoming the main man in this squad. Left foot, right foot, it don't matter. Same result. Blast this one into the top corner to draw us back level. And as if it was written in the stars, it was only ever going to be one man to give us back our lead. It's a 50-50 header, but it's clear he wanted it more, as it's Brout to get his first off the bench, straight into the crowd to celebrate. Look how much it means to him. They love him, we love him. I could sense the frustration building in my opponent, and it culminated just past the hour mark. It's a ridiculous challenge on Hernandez, and Lightning, he don't strike twice when it comes to this man, sends the keeper the wrong way, and all of a sudden, we've turned this one on his head. All of a sudden, it's 5-3. And the boys, well, they're starting to believe in this fairy tale. And I'll give you one try at guessing who the hero is. He's 6'2", he's Norwegian, and he's got the best set of blonde curtains this side of the North Sea. Of course, it's Brout, ladies and gentlemen. Sits the keeper down, slots it in the back of the net, and gives us the win in our last game of the day. What a great way to end it. I think he's earned his starting spot back too. Chemistry or not, the man's an animal. 3-2 is where we're calling it here. Cracking start to the weekend, if you ask me. We will play the remaining games next episode, but for now, it is goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I recently hit 100 subscribers, so just want to let you know how much I appreciate you all for that great support. I hope you have a wonderful day, whatever it is you are doing, and as always, I hope to see you next time.